So, Wallace and Gromit mug. Woo, love that. I have called this a brutally honest post. And I'm being very honest today. I'm, no makeup, hair, PJs, lovely. I put a video up on TikTok, and I often put my videos on TikTok first and then I put them on my other platforms. And I've decided to take it down. Why? This was the first video in a series of videos I was doing on how to get your book into a bookshop, which I thought would be quite interesting for people to see, readers and authors alike, of what it's like to try and get your book into a bookshop. And what I found was halfway through, I was apologising for my book. Why? So what you need to understand is it's taken me 10 years to get here. Okay, 10 years. And I tried in the early days to get my book traditionally published, and I tried really hard. Okay, I went to festivals, I did one-on-ones with agents, I practically stalked agents online to approach them to read my book and give it a chance. I wrote to small printing presses, I did everything humanly possible. I had mentors, you name it, I did it to try and get my book published. And I got a lot of feedback, which actually is quite a good thing, because I think these days you don't get so much feedback because they're so busy and so overwhelmed. So the feedback I got was they quite liked the writing, but they didn't see how my book fitted into the market. They couldn't see really where it would sell well. And the interesting thing is, I think after years of being told that, you start to kind of believe that your book is difficult or your book isn't a big book. And what I really noticed on that video was I was saying things like, my book is difficult, or my book is a niche book. Do you know what? It has got an audience. It's historical fantasy. So what is historical fantasy? It is, I love history. So I pick up stories from history and then I add ideas to it. Often it's a supernatural twist because I like monsters, I like folklore, I like all that kind of stuff. So Phantom is my first book, and really fun read. And I like things like Grimm's fairy tales. I like things like The Princess Bride, if you remember that film. So it has a sense of humour. That's kind of my genre, that's my target audience. And what I found was, on that particular video that I took down, I was just kept saying, oh, it's a difficult book, it's not an easy sell. And, well, it does sell, it sells online. And I actually have fans, I have people who write to me and say, when's the next book coming out? So I know there's an audience there. It might not be a huge audience, but I know there's an audience there. But I still find sometimes I apologise because I think I've had years of people telling me that my book doesn't fit. And I thought to myself, well, if a bookshop is watching that video and I'm there apologising for my book and saying it doesn't sell, why on earth would they want it in their bookshop? My book does sell. And all I'm trying to do is get some of these bookshops to give it a tiny little chance, because you never know, it could do really well. I would love it to do well. And I also don't really want to come across as not loving my books or not loving my characters. I must love them because I've done this for over 10 years trying to get these stories out. So I absolutely adore my writing and my books. And I think maybe it's a British thing, we're a bit apologetic. But, I just wanted to put this out here and say, this is me being brutally honest, is sometimes I feel the need to apologise for things. And I'm going to try and stop doing that because I am a finalist in a book awards. I know I'm okay. I think as British, that's as far as we go. I'm okay. So anyway, I hope you have a great morning, and that's why I've put this post up, and that's why if you looked for the other post, it has disappeared because I just thought it was a little bit too negative. Okay, have a good morning. I will see you soon.